Hello and welcome to a special edition of CropLife Retail Week. I'm here with a special guest this week, Becca Bartels, who works with AgriBusiness Global. The reason Becca is here today is one of the things we're going to talk about is we have coming up here at the end of July a very special event, the Biostim Conference combined with the Trade Summit for AgriBusiness Global. And that'll be taking place in Atlantic City, New Jersey. A nice spot to be at the end of summer, I suspect. But Becca's here to talk to me a little bit about why this event is going to be important and why ag retailers in the U.S., since it's taking place in the U.S., actually might want to check it out for themselves. So Becca, clue us in a little bit on what this event has been like in the last few years that you've been there.
Yeah, for sure. So the co-located events, the two of them, like Eric said, both take place in Atlantic City. The Biostimulant Conference is called Biostimulant Commercecon, and it focuses completely on commercial strategy in the biostimulant sector. And actually, the major inspiration for this event came from one of the surveys that CropLife did, in which retailers responded that they needed a lot more information on the ROI that biostimulants can bring to their operations, how to explain the value downstream, very actionable reasons for bringing biostimulants into their portfolio and even serving them better for people that already have it in their portfolio. And that event is Monday the 29th and Tuesday. And then on Tuesday midday, Trade Summit kicks off and runs through Thursday at a half day. And Trade Summit is really focused on sourcing, and it brings attendees from around 52 countries. And it's very informational as far as what's going on at a global scale and how it's affecting agribusiness operations from the very high upstream from the raw material suppliers in China, which as we all know is super complicated right now.
Amen.
All the way downstream to the retailers and how it's affecting everything that goes into their operations, their costs, what kind of materials they're getting and why they're having trouble getting the ones that they're having trouble getting, etc. So there's about 130 booths there and around 35 more meeting rooms, and there's delegates from the raw material manufacturers to the formulators, distributors, retailers, consultants, precision ag technology vendors, and beyond.
All right, very good. And I know I've been to a few Trade Summit events myself the last couple of years. I know one of the speakers there is Jim DeLisi from Fanwood Chemical. Jim has been an expert talking about all the industry consolidation going on with the major crop protection players in the marketplace. And also Jim more recently has talked a little bit about some of the tariff back and forth between the U.S. and China. Becca, can you tell us about some of the other speakers that we have lined up for this year's event?
Yeah, absolutely. Luca Bonini, who is the president of Italpolina, he'll be giving the first session at Biostimulant Commercecon. He is also the president of EBIC. And EBIC is the European Biostimulants Association, and so he's going to give a very good overview of what's going on in the biostimulants market, how it's grown, what it's affecting its change, how it's integrating in the traditional portfolios. Mark Trimmer, who is the managing partner for Dunham & Trimmer, LLC, he'll be giving the keynote on the state of the industry. And then there's a couple other speakers going through Trade Summit. We're going to have a presentation on drone application technology and how that's affecting different portfolios. And also Bob Fairclough will give a presentation on the trends in the global markets, what to expect, what's changing, and just what to know going forward as far as the global market's concerned from a financial standpoint.
Okay, and I know one of the sessions they've actually asked me to moderate. It's going to be talking about crop inputs between today and going on into looking into the future of 2025. So that'll be hopefully interesting and enlightening as well. So Becca, then folks who want to attend the Trade Summit, we're going to have the address up here on the screen for where they can check out the website for themselves. But basically, if someone out there is interested, what do they need to do?
Basically, go to the website. You'll go to the Trade Summit website or the Biostimulant website and hit register, and then fill out all of your information and then show up on site ready to go.
And is there a deadline?
There are a couple different deadlines. They're tiered. There's just a little under a month left for the next deadline in order to get the best rate, which is the prevailing rate.
Very good, very good. So Becca, now you're in studio with us, and I know you kind of rushed here this morning to get into the studio because you just spent a little couple of days down a little south of the border. You want to tell us a little bit about your adventures in Mexico?
Sure. Like I said, we have a couple association supporters for the events. And one of those associations is UMFAC, which is a large Mexican buyers association comprised of both formulators and distributors from throughout the country. The presentation that you mentioned that Jim DeLisi is giving talks a lot about how trade is going to be impacted by the changes to NAFTA. So us bringing in UMFAC as the Mexican Association supporter was very important for us between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada markets. And I didn't mention before, but I definitely should have, one of the other associations that's a big supporter of the Biostimulant event, which is co-located with Trade Summit, is ARA.
Oh, yes.
So ARA is a supporter now, and they have indicated apparently that it's important for retailers to learn more about the changes in biostimulants, and so they'll be there too.
Who are we to argue with ARA and all our folks, our friends over there? Well, Becca, thank you very much for joining us in studio. As we said, viewers, if you're interested, check out the website for yourself, and hopefully we'll get to see you in Atlantic City. I'm Eric Sfiligoj. Thanks, Becca, for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Yep. Bye, guys.
If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below.
Your feedback is important to us. We'll try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode.
And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.